Hi Stampers, and welcome back to our BOHO Indigo Product Suite video tutorials. Today we are going to be working on project number 4, which is the Thank You Mini Gift Bag. It's on the second page of the PDF that was sent to you when you purchased this video tutorial set. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Here is a sample of the mini gift bag. It gives you an idea of how big it is. Super fun to make, super easy. Has a lot of room in there for any kind of treat you want to give to a friend. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you're going to need. If you look on your PDF, it tells you exactly what size paper you're going to need. So you're going to need 2 pieces of designer series paper from the set. You probably would want them to match, but that's not a requirement. And that is all you need to make this bag. We don't need to do any kind of cutting to get it ready. So this is all you're going to need, and we're going to do some scoring now. So let's go ahead and move that away, and I'm going to bring in my scoring board. Okay, and on that PDF, it tells us to score at 1.5 inches on 3 sides, and then 1/2 inch at the fold over panel. So you want to decide what you want to be the top of your bag. So I'm saying I'm going to want this one to be the top. So that's the last one I'm going to score, because that's going to be the fold over here. And that we're only going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so first I'm going to score here at 1.5. I'm going to turn it this way, score again at 1.5. Turn it again, 1.5, and now our side, that was the side we decided was going to be the top, and we're going to score that at 1/2. Okay, it really doesn't matter with this paper which side is going to be the top, because it's really not directional. But if you choose one that's directional, you want to be aware that you want that 1/2 inch score line at the top of your bag. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the second piece. Okay, I'm going to score at 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and then this last one here is going to be the top of my bag, so that gets scored at 1/2. Okay, so that's all you need for this bag as far as scoring. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my bone folder and start folding on all my score lines that I've made. Okay, I've decided that I would like this darker pattern to be on the outside, but you can really choose whichever one you like, and there is so many great choices with this suite. So the front of my bag is going to have this lighter side folded over in the front. Okay, I love that. I think that looks great. All right, so let's do the same with the other one. I'm going to go ahead and find my score lines and crease all those down. Oh, here is my top. So that's going to go this way, because that is the 1/2 inch score line. And then we're going to go ahead and fold on the other 2 score lines of the bag. And this one's going to be my bottom right here. All right, so now we've done all our scoring, all our creasing. Now we're ready to do a little bit of cutting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 2 pieces here with the 1/2 inch scored flop over piece at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a little bit of Tombow and I'm going to put it on the inside of that 1 inch panel and then fold it over. You can turn it over and push it down. Okay, so there is my first panel. Okay, a little bit glue on the top 1/2 inch panel here. Turn it over and push it down to keep it nice and secure. Okay, so we know that's the top of our bag now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my scissors, and we're going to go to the first vertical score line on the bottom, and I'm going to cut that up to the first horizontal. So we're going to make a little flap. And like I like to do with my flaps, I'm going to cut a little wedge out of both sides just so it'll fit a little more comfortably inside the bag. Same thing over here. I'm going to go ahead and cut there and make my two little there. Okay, so that's the first side. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and look at the other panel, and we're going to do identical cutting. Okay, so sometimes with this very busy paper, it can be a little difficult to see the score line, and you might need to turn it over, which is what I'm going to do here on the lighter side, and do your cutting. Then you can turn it back over and do your wedging, because when it's very, very busy, your eyes kind of go a little crazy and you can't find the score line. So that's a little tip. Always turn to the lighter side and you should have a little better view of that score line. All right, so there are our two sides all finished. Okay, I'm going to put my scissors away. Okay, so let's just pick up either one you like, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the two bottom tabs, and we're going to put a little bit of glue or your choice of adhesive onto those tabs, and we're going to go ahead and fold them behind the panel on the bottom. So we're kind of already making our bag. We're going to have a half a bag once you're done that part. Okay, now what we're going to do with this next one is the exact same thing. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of Tombow on those two tabs, fold them together, and make a half a bag. All right, now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of the panels, really doesn't matter which one, and we're going to place it inside the other. Okay, and then what you're going to need to do is whichever one you decide to be the outside, you're going to want to put a little bit of Tombow on the bottom and the two sides. So when we put that inside, it's really going to stay and be a nice strong bag for you. So here I'm going to put him in, and then I'm going to push him forward and just hold on the sides. Okay. You can bring in your bone folder if you like and push down. And then on the bottom. And there you have your bag. Isn't that cute? Love it. All right, now we're going to bring in some ribbon that comes with the suite as well. It is a little, I'd say it's almost a denim color. I'm sure it's Misty Moonlight, and it's a little frayed on the ends. Very, very pretty. This and the gold that we used in the other project is available in the suite. So I'm going to take a pretty nice chunk, maybe a foot long, and we're going to go ahead and make our handle for our bag. Now, if you see how I made this handle, I punch a hole on either side. I put the ribbon through, cut and tie a knot, and then it holds it securely. So let's bring in my 1/8 inch circle punch, Perkle Cinch. And I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole in both sides of the bag. Okay, another trick you might want to think about, this is pretty thick ribbon, so it's really handy if you cut a point on the end of your ribbon to get it through that tiny hole so you can grab it on the other side. That seems to help with me. This is probably the hardest part of the whole project, getting that ribbon through there. There we go. I pull it through way more than I need, but that lets me go ahead and do my knot without having to squeeze it into the center of the bag. So there I'm gonna tie my little knot, push it as far as I can to the end of the ribbon, and then I pull it back through. And that's secure there now. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna cut my little point. And then I'm gonna put it through the hole and grab it. Come on ribbon. All right, let's try this one. I'm going to turn it the other way so I can see it a little better on this end. Okay, this is officially the hardest part of making this bag. There we go. I can see it a lot better on this side. Okay, now I pulled it through. I'm going to pull it way farther than it needs to be, but that makes it, frees up a little more ribbon and makes it a little easier to tie the knot. Because when it's a thick ribbon, you need a little more space. I tie the knot and then I pull it as far as I can to the end of the ribbon, and then I can make the knot and then I pull the handle back out. There we go. And now you have the secure handle right there on your bag. Now the way you put your bag together, you can notice that one is the side with the folded panels is going to be the front, and then the side where you had to adhere the panels will be your back. All right, so now I'm going to lay this down here and I'm going to show you what I used for my embellishments. Okay, these little gold foil flowers are included in the kit, love, and I'm going to go ahead and I like to curl my edges of my flower up just a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a dimensional and put him on the front of my bag, just like that. All right, last touch. I'm going to bring in one of the cute little banners from the product suite, and I'm going to use the thank you ink stamp again. Right here, it comes in the BOHO Indigo stamp set, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in Misty Moonlight. Night of Navy would work just as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right on the banner. There we go. And then for this, since it's going to be hanging a little bit onto the flower, I just need to put a dimensional on the right-hand side, because the other side will be sitting on top of the flower, which already has a dimensional. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a little glue and just put a little touch right like that. And that'll secure it to the flower and make a nice, make a nice little thank you banner on the front. And this would be a great gift to give to somebody that did something nice for you. Okay, remember you can also use some of the other sentiments if it's not going to be a thank you bag, or you can just leave it the way it is. So have fun making your bag and take care.